Hello. Today, we step into the explosive and unforgettable life of Mike Tyson, one of the most feared, talked about, and controversial boxers in the history of the sport. Mike Tyson wasn't just a heavyweight champion, he was a phenomenon. His raw power, terrifying speed, and intense presence changed boxing forever. From a troubled childhood on the streets of Brooklyn to becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in history, Tyson's story is one of talent, chaos, dominance, downfall, and redemption. Michael Gerard Tyson was born on June 30th, 1966, in Brooklyn, New York. His early life was shaped by poverty, crime, and violence. Growing up in one of the toughest neighborhoods in the city, Tyson was frequently bullied and often found himself in trouble. By the age of 12, he had already been arrested multiple times. It seemed his future was headed in a dangerous direction until boxing entered his life. Tyson's life changed when he met legendary boxing trainer Cus D'Amato. Cus recognized something special in the young Mike, not just physical power, but a deep hunger and intensity. D'Amato took Tyson under his wing, becoming a mentor and father figure. He taught Tyson discipline, confidence, and a psychological approach to boxing that focused on fear and intimidation. Under Cus, Tyson learned the peekaboo style, emphasizing head movement, explosive combinations, and relentless pressure. As an amateur, Tyson quickly became a standout. He won gold medals at the Junior Olympic Games and gained a reputation for knocking opponents out in devastating fashion. His transition to professional boxing in 1985 was swift and violent. Tyson tore through the heavyweight division, winning fight after fight with brutal knockouts, often in the very first round. In 1986, at just 20 years old, Mike Tyson made history by becoming the youngest heavyweight champion of the world after defeating Trevor Berbick. The moment cemented his place in boxing history. Tyson was no longer just a fighter. He was a global sensation. His speed, power, and ferocity were unlike anything the heavyweight division had ever seen. Tyson went on to unify the heavyweight titles, defeating champions like James "Bone Crusher" Smith and Tony Tucker. At his peak, he was considered unbeatable. Opponents often looked defeated before the opening bell even rang. Tyson's presence alone created fear, and his ring entrances, silent, intense, and emotionless, became legendary. During this era, Tyson dominated boxing completely. His knockouts were swift and violent, showcasing incredible hand speed combined with devastating power. He wasn't just strong, he was precise. Tyson studied opponents, exploited weaknesses, and attacked relentlessly. Many experts still consider peak Mike Tyson one of the most dangerous fighters to ever step into a boxing ring. However, outside the ring, cracks began to form. After the death of Cus D'Amato in 1985, Tyson lost the guiding force that had kept him disciplined and focused. Fame, wealth, and pressure surrounded him. He became involved in toxic relationships, legal troubles, and personal chaos. The structure that once defined him began to disappear. In 1990, the boxing world was shocked when Tyson suffered a stunning upset loss to Buster Douglas. The defeat marked the beginning of Tyson's downfall. Once considered invincible, he was now vulnerable. Discipline faded and controversy followed him everywhere. In 1992, Tyson was convicted of rape and sentenced to prison. He served 3 years before being released on parole. The conviction damaged his career, reputation, and public image. Many believed his boxing career was over. but Tyson returned to the ring in 1995, determined to reclaim his place. Though he regained portions of his former dominance and won heavyweight titles again, he was no longer the same fighter. His speed and hunger had diminished, and mental struggles continued to affect his performances. One of the most infamous moments in sports history occurred in 1997 during Tyson's rematch with Evander Holyfield. Frustrated and overwhelmed, Tyson bit Holyfield's ear twice, leading to his disqualification. The incident shocked the world and became a symbol of Tyson's inner turmoil and loss of control. Despite his controversies, Tyson continued fighting into the early 2000s. His bouts remained major events, driven by his fame and unpredictable nature. Eventually, financial mismanagement led him to bankruptcy, despite earning hundreds of millions of dollars throughout his career. After retiring, Tyson began a long and difficult journey toward self-reflection and healing. He openly discussed his struggles with addiction, mental health, and trauma. Over time, he reinvented himself, not as a fearsome champion, but as a more honest and self-aware individual. In recent years, Mike Tyson has experienced a public redemption. Through interviews, podcasts, documentaries, and business ventures, he has shared his story with vulnerability and accountability. His podcast and cannabis business became successful, showing a different side of the once feared boxer. Tyson's legacy in boxing is complex. Statistically, he remains one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time. His power, speed, and early dominance reshaped how heavyweights trained and fought. Even today, boxers study his techniques, combinations, and footwork. But beyond boxing, Tyson's life is a cautionary tale about fame, discipline, and the importance of guidance. His story highlights how talent alone is not enough, and how mentorship, mental health, and structure are essential for long-term success. Mike Tyson is remembered as both a destroyer in the ring and a deeply flawed human being off it. Yet his willingness to confront his past and speak openly about his mistakes has earned him renewed respect from many fans. In the end, Mike Tyson was more than a boxer. He was a force of nature, a cultural icon, and a symbol of both greatness and tragedy. His life reminds us that redemption is possible, and that even the most feared champions are human beneath the gloves. Thank you for joining us as we explored the powerful and turbulent life of Mike Tyson. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the lives of the world's most legendary athletes.